Welcome to the Snazzy Sage Podcast. I'm Dr. Kerry, your host and coach. Each week, I chat with remarkable guests who are thriving in their next chapter with confidence, purpose, and style. Because the next chapter isn't about age, it's all about attitude. Let's dive in. Today's guest is my dear friend, Carol Copeland, author of the book, I Am a Wife, and founder of the I Am a Wife movement. Carol, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. I am Carol Copeland, and I am the author of I Am and the founder of the I Am a Wife movement. I am so excited to be here. I speak to the heart of single women that are desiring to be married. And so some women don't care about that, but a lot of women do.
Well, Carol, you and I met at a networking event a few months ago, and I shared with you that I'm single and ready to mingle and looking for my future ex-husband. And it's a challenge out there. I have so many amazing, smart, educated single girlfriends looking to get married again, whether it's their first marriage, second marriage. It's really hard for professionals. Can you share with us how you became a wife coach?
Absolutely. I became a wife coach, I would say, by being where you are, Dr. Kerry. One of the things I pride myself is I have some real experience under my belt. There's not a lot that I haven't seen in the dating world, but now I'm happy to say that I finally have reached where I am happily married. Been married for a decade now. And so I say that this is the purposeful marriage. And all I want to do is bring others along, bring other women along to achieve that success. And I know the struggles, the pain points, especially living today in this world. Things have changed so drastically. And so that is part of why it's been ever since I was young. It's been a part of me. I love helping women. I love seeing them overcome any challenges and having like great success in what they are achieving. And so I think around COVID is when I decided to, hey, I've got a lot of time to sit and, put a lot of pen to paper. And that's where I Am a Wife came about.
It's so challenging today because so many people meet people online or through the dating apps, and half the people on the dating apps aren't real, or they ghost you, they disappear. What advice do you have for both women and men to get out and meet people?
Have fun. I know COVID had us shut in for a while, and a lot of people are still, believe it or not, Dr. Kerry, they're still struggling to just get out and mingle and meet new people. But you can even meet new people on a walk. Be open to meeting new people. But one of the main things I tell people is while you're out, do not stare down at your phone. You're missing a whole world. Your whole life could be passing you by. And so that's the biggest message I would like to get out. And the advice I would like to get out to people is as you're getting out, mingling, be present in the moment. Make eye contact with individuals. That's something that we rarely do now. And you just never know who you may meet.
And it's so nice to see you are a success story, happily married, because, many people go through a divorce or are widowed and don't think there's a second chance.
And there is. And that's one of the things I write about in I Am a Wife, the widow specifically, if you're a widow or widower, because the men have also lost their wives. And so they're in the dating pool. And so some of the advice I give there is, after that tragic loss, there is still hope. I am married. My husband lost his first wife. And so I'm his second wife. And so I have some experience in that as well of how life goes on. You're able to move on. They're able to move forward and have a new life. No, it's not like the same. And so you just want to remember that this is new. I'm treading on new territory. I've never been here before. And so you have to take the person in front of you at face value. And comparison is a thief of joy. So don't compare what you had before or in life. You have to remember that just because that relationship ended or that marriage ended, your life did not end. I have been divorced before. And so that's why I like to encourage people. It is okay. It's not the end of the world. You move on and you move forward. Take what you've learned and, make it better for the next time around, but you've got to look yourself in the mirror and say, nope, I am good. I am worthy to be loved. I deserve the best, and I'm going to give my best. I just worked on being the best version of me. I had to rediscover, what do I like to do, and make that the forefront of my life so I can be my authentic self. And what I found is my authentic self is very good.
That experience prepared you for where you are today. And that struggle has put you in a place as a coach to help other people, knowing what you went through. I know for me, when I went through my divorce, it's that kind of grief that feels like someone died, but they're still alive.
Yes.
And that sadness that's here for a long time. And you're right, it was an opportunity once I could pick myself up to rediscover myself. For me, I got back into stand-up comedy. I got a dog that absolutely changed my world. And, I really now reframe that wasn't my soulmate, but he was my soul teacher.
Oh, I like that.
And I was able to grow. And so now on every single person I meet, they might not be, the one, but what can I learn from the experience? And what can they teach me about me or about something in life that will prepare me for the next right person?
Yes. And that is so pivotal. Looking at the next opportunity is, okay, I'm going to learn here. Either they're going to teach me or I'm going to teach them, or we grow together.
For those listeners that haven't been on a date in 1, 5, 10 plus years, do you have any advice to give them of how they can confidently go out to their next date?
Yes. Thank you for asking this question. So, first of all, I would say, look and feel your best. One of the ways that breeds confidence is how you look. If you look good, whether that means you need to go work out now to tone up your body or whatever it is for you, whether you need to learn how to apply your makeup for women, whether you need to go get a nail manicure, pedicure, find an outfit. Oh, here's an idea. Get with a stylist such as Dr. Kerry, who can help you know what your body shape and size is, so that what clothes fit best for you. Do that type of work, pamper yourself. Once you feel good, because I know that makes me feel so good, get a new hairstyle, right? That works for you. Once take the time to build yourself, then you'll feel better going out. You'll feel more confident in getting out there into the dating and saying yes to that lunch date. One thing I would caution individuals as you're going back into the dating pool is it's okay to meet for coffee, meet for breakfast, meet for a light lunch, meet for just a drink, a soda or something. It's okay to just have ice cream your first date, but make sure that if your desire to date is to get to know someone for your potential husband or wife, is that you want to be in a quiet space where you can talk. You want to talk. My husband and I, our first date was a movie. However, caveat, we got a chance. We met up an hour before the movie would start at the movie theater, a mutual place. And we sat and talked outside before the movie. The weather was nice and we got to know each other, even more. So look for a quiet place. Look for something like coffee. You're not trying to break the bank. He doesn't have to pick you in a limousine and take you to the finest restaurants. You don't have to go all out on a date, because remember, if you're dating with a purpose, and this is what I teach, date with a purpose. I don't just believe in dating because my time and I am valuable. Time is currency. So if I'm going to spend the currency on this person or this experience, then that's where I'll spend my time. I want to get to know that person. So look at it as that. So just be confident, look your best, and say yes to the date. Get out there. It's fun. Be safe, of course, because I used to also be in law enforcement many years ago. Safety is important. So you want to meet in a crowded place with people, not crowded, but, well-lit place. not late at night. And we need to be safe, especially as women.
Yes,
And
safety is so important, as you mentioned. And
yes,
I love your suggestions on, the time is currency. I often say it's the ROT, the return on your time. And,
yes,
and the nice thing about coffee or a drink or ice cream is it's an hour. You can take an hour of your time to get to know someone and you'll know, do you want a second date or you're done? And
right.
just getting out there and getting to know someone. And here at Snazzy and Sage, we say it's about really feeling confident from the inside out. So just getting out there, trying something new. And through my confidence coaching, I talk about there's got to be one thing in your life that you're confident about. Pick that one thing, start from there. And I love all your suggestions from getting a new haircut, getting a manicure, pedicure, finding that outfit that looks great. And if you don't know, give us a call. We'll definitely help you. Very excited. We're going to be launching our Ready, Set, Date group coaching that helps people from the inside out what to wear on a date, what to say on a date. Call the Rolodex of conversation. It dates me a little bit, but what are the things to talk about? T for travel, W for weather. Like we'll go through the alphabet. We'll get you some topics to talk about. If you're not an extrovert, we will help you get there.
Yes. And that's pretty amazing. Conversation is so important because one of the things husbands won't tell, men won't tell, because this is in their secret bag.
Right.
Um, they feel and they know, "Ooh, this is a person that I could see as my wife. Just by your conversation and the way you look, and that confidence you wear. So the conversation is going to be, you need to be strategic in your conversation. I know we talk about strategy in business, but strategy is important in your conversation for dating as well. I'm not going to come to a first date with doom and gloom. So you have to have a strategy, but it has to be a strategy of what's really important to you.
I read a book a long time ago about dating that said it's important to have your non-negotiables. What's important to you? What can you live with? What can't you live with? I'm a fur mama and I have fur children. So it could be someone I'm interested in, but if they're allergic to cats, not going to be a match for
Not
me.
going to work. It's not going to work. So that strategy, that is the strategy that I was speaking of. You have to have your own personal strategy bag to have these conversations. I tell you, non-negotiables, you brought up a great point, Dr. Kerry. Non-negotiables, they are very important. However, you don't have to have five or more non-negotiables because that's defeating the purpose. Right then, you can say, oh, you're looking for a perfect person. And that's true. That person that has five or more non-negotiables, they're looking for a perfect person and they're going to be single for a long, long time.
Mm.
And what my goal is that I am a wife is to get you married. So your non-negotiables should be kept to two, two, two. I said two. And you got to make sure that they're really your heavy hitters. One thing that you won't tolerate, like the top thing you won't tolerate. Because if you're having a laundry list of non negotiables, you're not looking for a husband or a wife. You're looking for perfection. And that simply doesn't exist.
And that's some great advice. And just talking to you, I can tell the passion and excitement that you have for coaching. And I just wanted to ask, in life in general, what makes you excited? What gets you out of bed in the morning and what are you joyful about?
One of the things that make me joyful is making others' life better. I have been spared an awesome gift. In 2013, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And it not only was a breast cancer that was in one area, it had, migrated to lymph nodes as well. And so it started to move. And the doctor told me specifically, it was an aggressive form of cancer. And that in a year from there, I would be dead if I did not take the necessary opportunity to get the treatments and help that I needed, the surgeries and different things that I had to endure. So I am here. I'm alive because that was more than 11 years ago. And I'm still alive. And I believe in purpose. I believe in I'm alive for this purpose. This brings me great joy to see women's lives transform for the best. Them actually getting what they want out of life. Them actually living the life some dream of, some pray about. And that to me brings me great joy. Other things are just great importance, like sitting on my front porch. I love to relax, reflect, enjoy the beauty of nature. And that brings me joy. And I've started a new garden, a flower garden. So I think I have a little bit of a green thumb.
And I think, if we were to ask our younger selves, in our 20s, what brings us joy, in our 30s, what brings us joy. So I've noticed through the aging process, what I appreciate changes. What brings me joy changes. Carol, how do you view aging?
Aging is a gift that just not a lot of people get to experience, unfortunately, but it is a phenomenal gift. As we age, we grow, we learn. At least I hope so. Some people grow at different rates though, and it's okay because I mentor and coach women in their 20s, teens. I mentor and coach 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40, 50, 60, and onward. There is no limit to learning. So the more we learn, the better we become. And so aging gives us that opportunity to learn. And it's just like, you ever heard of someone say you get better with time, like fine wine?
As part of the reason I'm doing this podcast is aging has such a negative connotation. And I've met so many inspiring people at all different ages, like yourself, doing amazing things, and I really want to get the word out that aging is a gift and aging is a beautiful thing, not something to be scared of or is sad about by any means. Carol, you look beautiful and very, very stylish. Do you have a go-to style piece? If you're trying to get dressed or you're in a rush, you don't know what to wear, boom, here's my go-to style piece.
Yes, I do. For me, style is how people experience you before you even say a word. It's your signature, how you show up, and what you look like is the first thing that people see, because we see with our eyes, and that's the first place that we look is, okay, what is this person well put together? And so style is very important. One of my go-to pieces, whenever I want to have that confidence boost, I put it on. And it's a blazer. One of the things a blazer says, it's powerful, it's polished, and can elevate any look. Whether I'm coaching, speaking, or just running errands, a blazer gives me that confident edge while keeping it classy and feminine. So that for me is super important.
That's true. And blazers can be so classic for both men and women. It's so important, especially if you're working in a professional field or want to go on a date. And, a blazer with jeans and heels looks amazing. It looks amazing at every decade. Carol, what's next for you?
For me, I'm going to evolve the I Am a Wife brand. I'm going to be speaking. I'm going to be coaching. I want to go around the world. I've been to part of the world, and I've been recognized and different things of that nature, but I need to take it further around the world, get the word out, and just help women know that you're not walking alone. There's someone here to walk with you. Maybe you don't have a mother here anymore, or you don't have your grandmother to speak to anymore, or different things, but who is a sounding board in your life? And that's what I'm, positioning myself to be for single women, not just single, also married women. It's a great refresher book for married women. I do coach married women as well, how to get what you want out of your marriage and, regain that joy in your marriage, or keep it if you have it.
Carol, if our audience members want to find you, where can they look?
On my website. You can connect with me. The website is www.iamawife.org. It has a link to all of my social media accounts. I am on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, just about everywhere.
Carol, thank you so much for your time today. This has been such an enlightening conversation.
Thank you, Dr. Kerry. It's also absolutely my pleasure being here. And thank you for listening. I look forward to our next connection.
Thank you for tuning in to Snazzy Sage. If you loved today's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend. Want to elevate your style and confidence? Visit snazzyandSage.com to explore individual and group coaching that helps you look and feel your best from the inside out. Until next time, stay snazzy.